Bitcoin is right now hitting levels of fear lower than the FTX collapse, which is insane if you would ask me. And on today's update video, I'm gonna be talking about why Bitcoin fell even lower than the most previous low in the market. I'm exactly going to talk about why this has happened. The most important news, because Trump is going crazy again here. He promised us the strategic Bitcoin reserve, but he's giving us a trade war instead. So I'm gonna be talking about this, the most important Bitcoin charts that are telling us something about what currently is playing out in the market. I'm gonna be exactly talking about the price targets of this major symmetrical triangle, which are currently exactly being reached. I'm gonna be talking about what is likely to be happening next year, the major realized losses which are currently happening in the market right now, and yes, some more important stuff, because while all this crazy stuff is happening, Trump is apparently buying more Ethereum. So there's a lot to talk about on today's update video. Don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me just jump straight away in towards the content. So Bitcoin had actually another dump towards the downside. It is recovering ever so slightly right now on the imminent short term, but still what we can see on the imminent short term is that Bitcoin just keeps on performing lower lows together with lower highs here. And of course, like I said in the intro of today's video, the reasons why this is currently once again happening is due to the fact that Trump has stated that the tariffs on Canada and Mexico will go in effect on April the 2nd. More importantly, he also stated that a 25% tariff on the European Union is coming as well here, and he said that it will probably hit autos and other things here. So yeah, he is actually giving us an insane trade war, and of course Bitcoin is not necessarily reacting so strongly against that. And while all this is happening, in all the turmoil, he is apparently buying more Ethereum. So there's definitely something happening in the background. Well, his companies are buying Ethereum and also Bitcoin. There's definitely something happening right here. He definitely knows something we don't know here, because why would he crash the markets and then at the same time actually buy the dip on those crashes? So interesting stuff happening over there here. At the same time as well, we're seeing that the fear and greed index is hitting extreme fear here. Levels not seen, or actually not seen, it is actually are levels that are lower than the FTX collapse here, because while FTX was collapsing, the fear and greed index was about 21 here, and right now we are lower due to the Trump tariffs. And actually that is very interesting to be seeing here. People are extremely fearful, and yeah, whenever people are fearful, they're also selling, and we can see that currently massive amounts of losses are realized. So people that are buying Bitcoin potentially are at $100,000, maybe 110, they are currently selling off their Bitcoin against a loss here. And while it is of course very unfortunate for the people that are actually selling their Bitcoin off right now, this is actually something considered to be extremely bullish, because always whenever we do see the realized losses spike, it usually tends to be marking a bottom, because that is when of course the noob investors are basically selling. And what we can also currently see here, because I want to be quickly talking about it before I dive deeper in towards the charts, guys, look at this red C here on the Bitcoin ETF here. I mean, yesterday another day, $754 million worth of outflows. BlackRock saw its largest outflow ever in history. They sold over 5,000 Bitcoins worth $423 million. Their largest outflow ever recorded. All these ETF issuers are panicking right now here. And if we have learned one thing here from the past, is that actually whenever these ETF issuers are seeing massive outflows, it usually tends to mark the bottom, because these people are probably a little bit inexperienced, but this is what historically at least has happened on the market. Whenever we see record inflows, it tends to be top and marketing top. Whenever we see record outflows, it tends to be marking the exact bottom. So the US stock market is also went down, of course, due to the US tariff news here. Then of course Bitcoin followed, but we are seeing an ever so slight bounce right now. If I open up, however, the RSI here, you can see that on the 30-minute time frame, it is actually a very interesting structure we're currently creating, with of course a lower low in the price action, and of course a higher low on the RSI. So ultimately we are currently creating a bullish divergence on the RSI right now. And yeah, such kind of a bullish divergence ultimately does lead towards higher prices, and potentially can lead towards also a reversal in price in general. So as well, from looking at the liquidation heat map, we can see that still the majority of the liquidity is laying above us right now here. I mean, once again, going to come back towards this major consolidation phase, guys. I talked about the consolidation phase here also in the daily time frame. We broke actually down of this pattern, like I stated, of course. And yeah, if you did took the trade, congratulations, you did an amazing job here. But yeah, we already reached the price target, because the price target is measured from the high to the low right here. And you can see that it has already been hit. The price target has already been hit here. So actually we could consider, of course, Bitcoin to right now create a new pattern, and we should be looking for a new trading opportunity. And of course, one of the trading opportunities I talked about yesterday is potentially a major liquidity grab here. And that is potentially what is happening right now here. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be opening up a trading position right now on this level right here. That is also what I stated yesterday. I'm not going to be doing so because I believe it's too risky. However, if Bitcoin does see in the coming days a strong bounce here back above the green line, if we're then going to be retesting this level, then I'm going to be opening up a trade here on this green line right here to catch a move back towards the top side of the region, which is about a 16% trade towards the upside. So that is the only way if I'm going to be trading Bitcoin. And of course, if not here, let's say Bitcoin is going to be breaking even further lower, I'm going to be looking, of course, at these major previous highs in the market, because I do expect these levels are going to be providing support. Then the levels I'm going to be looking at is, of course, this major level of resistance right here, the previous high of the market. And you can see that the previous high of the market was also marking this exact point where we did saw the major breakout towards the upside. So those are the two levels I'm going to be looking at. So that's going to be $76,000 coming down all the way to $73,000 as major support levels for Bitcoin. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin just like I'm currently doing, guys, the best way to do so is definitely on the Blofin exchange here, because right now on Blofin, you will be able to grab an insane $100,000 deposit bonus if you right now sign up account using that highest link below, guys. Make sure to check it out if the exchange is available in your region, but if it is, guys, don't forget to miss out on this $100,000 deposit bonus, which is currently up for the grabs here. Honestly, if you're trading crypto, why don't claim this insane deposit bonus? Blofin is definitely one of the best exchanges out there with the greatest liquidity, and of course, they've got loads and loads of pairs you can currently trade here. I'm personally loading up massively on a position on Ethereum because I do believe Ethereum is getting quite heavily compressed here. And I just want to be following Mr. Trump, Mr. President, who is buying massive amounts of Ethereum. You can see over here, this is February. He's been just consistently accumulating loads and loads of Ethereum. So they definitely do know something we don't here. So that is why I am, of course, currently heavily accumulating Ethereum as well. Then, of course, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, we're currently seeing that we're coming back towards a very interesting range here. We're retesting that simple moving average of 200. And yeah, historically, we have seen some very strong bounces from that here. Also, while Bitcoin is dumping, the Bitfinex longs are reversing and are very heavily loading up right now here. So these Bitfinex longs, they do know something we don't. And also, yeah, you can see it is very normal to have these kinds of corrections in bull market cycles. That's at least what has happened every single time so far here. So yeah, Ethereum is currently, of course, indeed breaking the legendary support line. But like I stated also in yesterday's video, you could potentially draw it a little bit differently. But you can see also that on Ethereum, we're having major weekly support where I'm very much interested in accumulating off. So you can indeed draw it a little bit differently. If you draw it like this, you can see also, okay, now we're still on the legendary support line. And actually, things are still looking exactly fine here. So it really depends on how you're going to be drawing it. But anyways, Ethereum is currently hanging on a very important level of support here. And yeah, that is why I'm super excited about it. I think Ethereum is just a very undervalued asset, especially in this bull market so far. You can see on the daily time frame, it's still creating a bullish divergence where it's, of course, creating clearly a lower low on the price chart. And on the RSI, it's creating a slight little higher low here. And that ultimately could give us the opportunity and the advantage of a major continuation back towards the upside, a major reversal back higher. And if that does happen, I'm definitely going to be benefiting quite heavily from it. The 2-month time frame, consolidating, squeezing up here. But anyways, it is getting ready for a major breakout anytime soon here. But you have to understand, the market is extremely fearful right now here. We're having extreme fear, lower fear levels than the FTX collapse back in 2022 here. Guys, you have to understand how afraid people are, how much people are actually selling their Bitcoin against the loss. And ultimately, that allows them massive opportunity. So honestly, I am excited for what is currently happening. I am still looking at the scenario where Bitcoin is going to create a major liquidity grab. And otherwise, I'm going to be trading Bitcoin if it comes down back towards this level right here. Ultimately, it will give us a cheaper valuation for Bitcoin to accumulate more Bitcoin at a cheaper price, right? So you have to learn here. And if you're looking back at these previous moves in all the previous bull markets, guys, always before these major rallies higher, you always see a big dump here to shake people out here. You can see it, for example, over here. First, we shake all the people out and then we go higher. Then here as well, everyone thinks, oh, Bitcoin is in a downtrend, it's never going to come back up again, and then it moves towards the upside. It happens all the time here. So here as well, Bitcoin crashes, it looks like it's going to be dumping to zero, and then it reverses back towards the upside. As well over here, we had a massive collapse, and then Bitcoin recovered back towards the upside, shake even more people out, and then went higher. This is what Bitcoin does best here. And that is why I don't want you to be fooled out right now here. Honestly, this is what Bitcoin does the best. Make you feel like it is over. Make you feel like the bull market is not going to be happening anymore here. But that is when most of the bad investors, most of the panic sellers occur. And that is when, of course, the best guys are accumulating. So honestly, this is a part of the game. I've been in the game for over 8 years right now here. So for me, it is not really stressful anymore here. I mean, I'm taking advantage of these opportunities. So anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to slap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.